I take rejection as someone blowing a bugle in my ear to wake me up and get going rather than retreat. Sylvester Stallone. Rejection. A word that stings deeper than most, yet one that carries the most profound opportunities for growth. It is the mirror that reflects not our flaws, but our resistance to change. While success may soothe our ego, rejection shatters illusions, compelling us to question who we truly are. It is not the rejection itself, but how we interpret it that defines its meaning. Success tells us we're enough. Rejection asks us, but what more can you become? If this perspective resonates with you, consider subscribing for more thought-provoking journeys into the human mind. A like goes a long way, and your thoughts in the comments truly matter. Each time we're told no, a piece of our old identity falls away. It's uncomfortable, yes, but this shedding is essential. Rejection makes space for introspection, recalibration, and ultimately, transformation. When the world says you don't belong, perhaps it's offering you a chance to create a place where you do. This discomfort becomes the furnace where self-awareness is forged. The pain is not punishment, it's preparation. Rejection is not a closed door. It's a detour sign toward a road you never considered. Many people look back and say, "Thank God I didn't get what I thought I wanted." Because rejection often protects us from paths that aren't aligned with our deeper calling. Success can sometimes be a distraction, a comfort zone. But rejection forces you to listen to the whispers you've ignored. Your intuition, your truth. There is a silent lesson in every failure, the art of detachment. Rejection helps you loosen your grip on external validation. You start to realize that your worth was never tied to the outcome. You begin to act from integrity, not insecurity. You stop performing for acceptance and begin creating from authenticity. In this sense, rejection doesn't rob you of anything, it returns you to yourself. Think of the countless innovators, artists, and thinkers whose rejections became their redirection. The author who got turned down by dozens of publishers before releasing a bestseller. The entrepreneur whose ideas were mocked until they changed an entire industry. These stories are not anomalies, they are reminders. Rejection is not the end of the story, it is the necessary middle where your character is formed. Psychologically, rejection activates the same regions of the brain as physical pain. No wonder we avoid it so fervently. But therein lies its power. Anything that hurts this much is trying to show you something important. If you can sit with it, really sit with it, you'll begin to uncover hidden truths. Maybe it reveals your expectations, your fear of abandonment, or your need for approval. And in that awareness lies your freedom. Rejection also teaches humility. When success is easy, arrogance follows. But when you've known the ache of being denied, you gain empathy. You approach others with softness, not superiority. You listen more, judge less. It humanizes you. It teaches you that everyone is fighting silent battles you cannot see. This emotional intelligence is far more valuable than any short-lived win. Another gift rejection offers is resilience. With every no, your capacity to endure deepens. You start to trust yourself more. Not because life gets easier, but because you've grown stronger. You stop seeing rejection as a personal attack and start seeing it as life's honest feedback. This shift transforms rejection from a wound into a tool, a chisel that carves your most authentic self. Rejection also reveals who is truly in your corner. When the spotlight fades, you see who remains. These are your people, the ones who see your worth regardless of your wins. And in seeing them, you start to see yourself. You realize you're not alone in your struggle, and that shared experience softens the sting. Rejection challenges your ego but nourishes your soul. It strips away the performance, the masks, the expectations. What's left is something raw but real. That version of you, the one who's been cracked open, is where your greatest power lives. Because once you've faced rejection and survived, you become unshakable. You learn that nothing outside of you can truly define you. Ironically, success can sometimes delay this growth. When things go smoothly, we coast. We don't question our motives or examine our fears. But rejection interrupts that autopilot. It invites us to pause, reflect, and realign. The sting of rejection is the universe's way of waking you up. It's a whisper that says, "This isn't it, look deeper." The truth is, you don't learn who you are in moments of praise. You learn in silence, in solitude, when everything you hoped for falls through. You learn by rebuilding, by rising again, by daring to try once more despite the risk. That is where your character is shaped. Not in success but in your response to failure. So, the next time rejection visits you, don't curse it. Thank it. Welcome it as the uninvited teacher who holds the blueprint to your evolution. Its lessons are never easy but always essential. It strips away what's false so you can uncover what's real. And what's real is always stronger, always deeper, always more enduring than the illusion of effortless success. Rejection doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means you're being redirected to a version of yourself that is far more powerful than you've imagined. One that no longer seeks permission to shine. One that creates not to be accepted, but because creation is your truth. And truth, no matter how uncomfortable, always leads you home.